and ready to go. So we're going to be going quite shortly. So, as we said, the draft is correct at the moment. Looking forward to seeing what's going to come out from Synergy. If they're going to be so aggressive early on as well. Grayson going into the jungle there. Rest of the team kind of teamed up as they move through and move out into the map. It's going to be... It might not be fairly slow going, because from Synergy, I might expect something quite aggressive, especially from this side, as we see Obel Pixar just watching while the minions are spawning, while they're moving out into the map, trying to get those wards out as soon as possible. Greystone and Gideon as well, returning after placing wards out themselves.
Yeah, it appears to be a new tactic where they're picking up cheap wards, going out, dropping them, returning to base well before even the minions come out. See both teams wanting to either invade or be wary of that invade very early doors.
I think, going versus Synergy, the bro down, they're very, very, very aware of what that potential to happen early game. And so it's going to be a bit slow at the start because they're both warded up quite well. More so on the side of just watching Clearcast, actually, over on this right-hand side. When he moves over towards Murdoch, but just watching to make sure the Murdoch doesn't get taken out, or Emrak, doesn't get taken out early doors, which you do not want to happen to your carry, of course. Similar position for Severog. He's over in the jungle. Similar position for Grux, actually. Fearless. So this is the first game of the Paragon Challenger Series between the Brodown and Synergy. This is going to determine, well, not this game, but this is the group stages. So if you just come in, it's group stage of this tournament to settle which two teams will go from each group phase, to the final bracket. So all these games are best of one and are extremely important. And Nick Eagle knows the importance of that and destroys a ward early on.
Yeah, in the first 2 minutes of the game, I counted 7 wards down. So both teams are very aware of these aggressive starts into the jungle, just trying to pick up those picks nice and early with that global CXP that gets shared.
That's the thing. I mean, knowing that Synergy is so aggressive at any point of the game potentially, to see them being so calm as well at the moment, is this unusual? I mean, they've warded up so well. I mean, maybe they're trying to change up their tactics a bit, because I feel like they know that they need to do that to evolve with this map.
Yeah, it's something we've seen where they can be a little over-aggressive, but these early laning phases, I think it's just standard fare for most of the games until sort of the 15-20 minute mark comes around. I think you're going to see a few ganks coming from the junglers, as we see Ingola here, mid lane.
Yeah, and he's just dipping out more. He's just dipping out to the right, actually. Ingola is going to be able to come in there. Crunch is already in position, ready to come in and save the day, should he so need.
He's done off on gems.
Needs to be careful here. Does get out. Sev or Ingola in position, ready to assist with the move out. So they've got some nice CC there, some control effects to make sure that they can get out of those, let's say, dodgy situations as well, which they need to make sure they always picking out and not wasting, especially versus this team, of course. Ifelis and Detroit quite pushed up against this tower with no worry at all of a gank coming out. Severog or Ingola is jungling on the opposite side, quite far into the jungle there as well, but he's looking for the gank on Mort over in the midpoint. No root comes out, does miss that, speeds away. Mort should be fine here, can use the jump pad obviously to get away, move towards his jungler, sorry. Actually, this is interesting as well. Ifelis deep in the jungle on the other side of things as well. Grayson getting pushed back, Gem on this other side, but nothing to worry about really.
Yeah, just both ADC lanes sort of pushing their lane in, coming back. The solo laner, is just there to try and absorb. Nick Eagle and Gem are just, their job is just basically to hold on as long as possible to Greystone, when he comes online later game, he's going to be a bit more roaming. I think the Steel Wheel as well, they're going to start using him as initiator, just trying to get through this lane phase as best they can.
Yeah, Gideon swapping out for Greystone there, obviously waiting for him to come back out into the map. Obviously getting quite pushed there as well. Gideon not much mana left at the end of the day either. Early game as well, that's quite important. Obviously needs to try and get out of there when Greystone is on his way back, pushing back to mid.
I think Clearcast and Emrak may get this down now, just shy. That tower's probably going to fall in the next push, I'm thinking. Excuse me.
You're all good. No worries. Yeah, Jem, just warding them off, really, making sure he's not going to be killed here as well.
Mr. Wacko stealing the buff out there from one of the Pixar. Oh no, he didn't. Pixar got it.
No.
Pixar got it.
Good job from Pixar. Just clearing the jungle now as well. Grux coming in mid as well as the Severog here, of course, as well. Ingola just watching out to see what is happening over on this mid area. Looks like they can potentially, not looking for a push, but looking for a potential gank. But he's stealing their green as well.
So no? he's looking. He's
thinking about it.
Probably get that root down and see if they can put some damage on Mortarion here.
Yeah, stealth buff. Just watching to see if anyone's out of position. They can't see him at the moment. They've not got enough. They've not got vision on him, so they know that he's potentially hanging around. I mean, with that stealth buff as well, he can really hang out for a long time over on mid. And if Several gets a root, it's going to run off. Unfortunately, doesn't make anything of that in the end. Goes for the green.
Thing is that these, players are so aware of what buffs come up, and if they see the purple buff suddenly disappear, they know there's going to be an enemy in stealth somewhere, and they're telling the rest of the team. So, play a bit cautious until that runs out.
So communication, obviously important in any PvP game at all, especially at this competitive level. Have to watch out for the kill as it comes out onto Detroit on the other side of the map. So a nice gank coming out there.
Yeah. Twinball's taking a lot of damage there very quickly.
It was pretty brutal, actually, to the point where, it came up literally as I was moving right over the side of the map. And unfortunately losing out their carry quite early in the game. Of course, respawn time is quite quick. But obviously that death is going to give them some needed points and farm there. And not being on the map is obviously pretty bloody important at the moment. At least he can go back and upgrade. It's probably actually quicker than just backing himself. So we'll just call it
free back. We call that a free back.
A free back. Yeah, indeed. Over on this other side of the map, obviously we've got Murdoch and Decker switching it up a bit as they're pushing up on this safe lane here. The safe lane of the blue team, of course.
We're seeing that where they tend to change lanes. They've taken their first tower in the other lane, so it's a little bit easier to farm here if they need to, a bit safer for them. They can put some more pressure in the...
Oh no, Murdoch needs to be very, very careful. Emmerich is being pressured pretty hard. Can't do anything about it, really. Is trying to make sure that I think Clearcast is going to be taken down. Ingola is going low himself, needs to bash out of there. He does indeed. Grux could go down here as well if he's not careful. Ingola, an inch of his life, 100 HP, gets taken out as well by the gadget. We see the Gideon ult coming out as well. Mr. Wacko does take out Clearcast over on the lane, and that's pretty big stuff coming out as they pick up 3 kills.
Oh, Angola goes down as well.
Absolutely massive there for the team of the Bro Down. So good stuff from them. So continue
running for a life right now.
that's pretty just out of nowhere. I mean, they were just challenging that lane and they just wanted to move that fight over onto that side of things. And Synergy, in the end, unfortunately, not able to get anything out of that. I mean, they did pick up the Angola kill. This is a nice additional pickup, so that's quite important. Just having a look at the stats as well, see how many kills coming out. We got 3 apiece at the moment as well. So it is pretty relatively even at the moment in terms of kills. It's just that tower.
Just having a quick look at some of these builds while we get a chance to. Nothing too untoward. A lot of bump juice as we've started to see now for those that can pick it. Much better than the.
Nick Eagle needs to be careful in the jungle. Really careful. Gets a root. I think that was just Ingola telling him to, dude, get out of our jungle. You don't belong here, man. You don't belong here.
A little warning.
Just a little one. Still just picking up that lane. Is obviously the tower has been destroyed. So then, like you said earlier, interesting to see. Good to see that the carry then moves over onto the safer lane to actually get his farm up. As obviously the lane is quite pushed, and the offlaner who is getting that XP.
Picked up this purple buff again.
Yeah. He's looking for an iPhone.
iPhone,
yeah, again, like you said, aware that stealth buff has obviously been used as well. Waiting for his moment. Again. Is he going to take it? It's risky. This is very, very risky for him if they don't succeed. They're too far back on the tower. There's no way that he can do that. He knows that spending too much time there is not farming, unfortunately. Hello, Mr. Wacko over in the mid. It's a bit dangerous for him. And Mort and also Eagle do pick up a nice kill. Retreat with, of course, that dome from Gadget as well from Mort. Good job from them picking up that nice little kill on Mr. Wacko.
that might have been a little bit of a panic ult there. I don't think Mort needed to drop that down just right there, but it may regret if another team fight kicks off here.
Over in the jungle, Obel Pixie, the rest of the team, they're going to be triple teaming up onto Angola. I don't think he's got his rush. Nice knockback, saves it just about. Oh my good lord. Mort, obviously. You can really nip in between these lanes. They steal some of this jungle as well. Fearless coming into the jungle. They are 3-man teamed up. Here comes Clearcast from behind to make sure.
Fearless needs to be careful here.
He needs to back out. It's too much. We've got the bot, and as soon as I go over towards this team, they have grouped up fully, and that is the aggression from this team of Synergy that they need to watch out for. They can't collapse onto fights if they're not sure of their positioning and who is exactly there at that moment in time, and that was probably the case there. Detroit needs to be very careful as he moves potentially forward from this tower on the safe lane. But,
yeah, Fearless got caught between a rock and a hard place and got absolutely deleted.
There was nothing he could really do in that position, to be fair, other than they probably would have wiped him out if that had indeed occurred. So not bad work there. Clearcast coming in to support MREC if they should so need. Detroit needs to be careful on this lane, but they are starting to group around this area. Angola, Gem, and Wacko all together here, potentially for a push on this lane. Wards up. They're aware of their positioning. There is a ward there, so they need to move back away from that. They need to be careful with this because if there's so much downtime right now, they're going to go for the kill on the. Oh, they are indeed. She puts the dome down, but that's not going to do anything. As the tower is focused on Wacko, he can get out of there absolutely fine. Nice pick-up kill there, just on the tower.
Yeah, with this the new tower damage scaling, you can dive these towers, not safely, but...
Oh, look at Fearless again in the mid. He's going to get caught out, and we are going to see Steel just charging right through his corpse as he ascends to the heavens.
That combination between Steel and the Crunch, so devastating with so many knock-ups, CCs, knockbacks, stuns.
Yeah. It's a beautiful combination, man. Just
so punishing. And I just want to comment on how much that Synergy are picking up these river bus as soon as they come out. They're taking them and making use, depending on what's coming up. They made such good use of the purple at least 3 times I've seen now.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, look at Obel. I mean, he's got green and red knight now. He's just taking out these jungle camps. That gives their team overall farm himself as well. And he's powering through this at the moment. As soon as they, his mobility and damage-wise, they just seem to be on it at the moment. You can see how full that shrine is over there. Dekka just looks like she's poking out the area, being very supportive in terms of, scouting out the land to make sure where their opponents are.
There is damaging on Gems. He has to back out of there.
He has to back out. He's obviously got his ult. That's coming up as well. So it's good to break him out of that ult, especially if they want to initiate that team fight around the mid area. Obel is just going to back himself. Nick Eagle pushing that right lane over on the safe for his team. C Twin Blast, Detroit versus MRAC on the Murdoch over on Detroit's safe lane for, of course, the bro down. Looks like they're trying to pin down Clearcast. Angola is trying to take out this Dekka here, pushes him back over towards Detroit as well as the Grux, and that is going to be a nice pickup kill for this bro down team. So it's good. I mean, the thing is that Synergy teams seem to take a couple of kills, and then the bro down just they roam the map and they take 1 or 2 out here or there. I mean, if we look at the kill death ratio to each team, we've got 5 kills coming out for the bro down, and we've got 7 coming out for Synergy. It's not a big difference there, but it's not impacting a massive amount on the game. It's just a little bit more farm and whatnot, and potentially who your targets are going to be taken out.
I mean, the discrepancy comes in the CP. We're starting to see Synergy take a slight lead now. We're on 19, 18, 19, and 15 and 17. Versus...
Even Gola on 13, Carl.
Yeah.
He's roaming a lot at the moment. I mean, I know obviously that's his, he's roaming, that's what he's supposed to do. But now he's taking out a ward now, he's trying to de-ward, searching out the jungle, making sure they're not invading too hard. But he's not getting his farm on, and that's going to be very important quite soon, especially maybe even right now as Steel, he misses that route. We've seen quite a few routes missed by him actually today so far. As we see that tier 1 taken over on this right-hand lane. Gem does get that tower down in the end. Looks like might happen as well on the other side as we see Clearcast, Emrak, Morts, and Obal Pixel, taking at that tower with ease. So Angola needs to be careful. He could be out here. Oh, good lord. What's he doing? No! He gets that mine stuck right above his head there. And that was a route. There we go.
Very good. Three-man route.
He made up for the last 2 or 3 misses. And actually, this means potentially an engagement for Brodown. No. Gate used by Moore is going to make sure that his team gets out of there. It was under the tower, though. Completely fine. Stun comes out into Angola. I'm surprised they didn't launch on him then. He's quite low HP, but Detroit is there to
risky
him up.
Back from Emrak on the river there. I think he just saw someone on the corner of his map there. He was just about to back, and he could have got caught there.
Look at just Gem and now I Fearless wandering the jungle around that river buff, of course. Just waiting to see whether or not they're going to be able to push anything here as well. Except they're starting to be a bit more cautious now, the team as well. Knowing that Brodown do have a potential to take kills when they should so need.
Yeah, this is a thing I've seen with both sides. They've both got really good initiation and some really good CCs. Angola with that route, Fearless with that pull, even Mr. Wacko with that slow, and then obviously with Synergy we've got Pixar with the knock-ups, Clearcast obviously with the slow and the stuns, Nick Eagle with the push and the stuns off his ult. So both teams got that really good crowd control.
Angola is a bit behind at the moment, but so is I Fearless actually. Ports on the team of Synergy is actually ahead of them in card XP at the moment. So that's actually quite a big deal. But also, they just need to get back into the map. Angola just waiting for his man to come back and move back in. Look at the Ward Fest. Also, just to note that Brodown are sponsored by Bump Juice. Should anyone...
It's a drink of champions, Jebro.
It is, yeah, free of these 5 members, of course, going for that, whereas only 1 on Synergy opting to go for that bump juice, which we're seeing obviously a lot more of that bump of health rather than that gradual gain. Raptors taken as well.
Raptors.
Then hunting around. I mean, the focus is well on the Raptors. Steel is aware of what's going on. This Nick Eagle.
Oh, Stasis Gem comes out from the
Oh, no! Yeah, that's dangerous for my Fearless. Ult dropped onto him, but he needs to back out. So does the Gadget as well, more. And it's not. It looks like everyone gets out of there unscathed, unless it's going to be Angola, who should be taken out here.
Yeah, getting caught out no man's land there. Just, that's once again, collapsed on. Probably going to pick up a free Raptors here.
Yeah, I mean, they just disappeared off, saved more, came back to the Raptors. Easy kill there as well. They're still contesting the Raptors. If I were them, it wouldn't even bother. I mean, they're going to be outnumbered here. Nice fence by the Decker, of course. iFearless is really caught out. They're trying to get out there. Mr. Wacko kill mixed up with iFearless as well. And Angola is going to be up in 10 seconds, but this Synergy team need to make something of this and push that lane as soon as they possibly can. Grab themselves a tower, or at least take control of some of that jungle. They're starting to push this mid lane quite well. Clearcast just repositioning, supporting the team, watching out for their opponents as they respawn to get back into the map. But the Grux has still got 10 or 12 seconds left to come back out. Enemy tower destroyed as they start to push this mid lane. Angola is back over on this mid lane as well. Should be able to... Oh, gets the route onto Emrak. Is anyone around to help him out? Nice knockback with that shield, of course, from Emrak. Steals in with the ult. This is all bad for the Angola and doesn't even get the opportunity to land. What is Gem doing? He shouldn't have gone in like that. That seems like a bit of a mistake there. He's got the ult. I know he's powerful in that, but he needs to be very, very careful in that situation. And he gets out. Whew.
Really 2 easy picks there.
I mean, that was gutsy there from Greystone, from Gem, but pushed them away. Very confident that he was going to survive there in the end.
I think the Brodown are chasing the kills a little bit too much now. They need to sort of take a breather, reset, set their lanes, then look for the fights, because it comes off that the aggression's coming out from Synergy. They're trying to match it,
yeah,
and getting caught.
They need to remember as well that Angola has only really got that health coming out from Sage's ward as well. So, and he's still a little bit behind here. In terms of, I mean, look at the card XP that's coming out from this Synergy team at the moment. got and level as well. We've got a couple of level 10s there. You've got a lot more card XP. We've got actually Mort is burning that 27 card points at the moment for himself versus Gideon as well, 24 in the mid lane. So it's looking good for the Synergy team. Although we do see the aggression coming out from the down as well. Tower. Synergy going to do anything with the fact that, you know, they took 3 members down. They only pushed that mid lane. I mean, they went back and used the opportunity to farm there as well. So good job from them, but no real contestation over that tower.
Yeah, I think that where Synergy were placed, then they sort of had to give up the tower. Mortarion didn't want to give them a free pick, basically, and just said, you know, the tower's low, there's 3 man rushing it. The tower does such little damage at this sort of stage of tier 1 now, so...
And again, yeah, that's it. I mean, again, the Raptors as well. I mean, this is a nice bump in their CXP right now. 1k per Raptor is, you know, that's a card level, boys and girls. And at this level of the game, it's very, very... It doesn't matter. It's just very, very important. That's a stat. Again, we're going to see Oval Pixar going for that buff, the red buff, actually.
I've been so impressed with how well they've done at being maintaining these buffs, picking up the Raptor camps, picking up their green buff, and basically locking out the bro down out of these river camps altogether at the minute. I don't think I've actually seen them pick one up yet.
Yeah, I think that when they have, they've actually... Like, I think, you know, in Gola, when he tried to pick one up, he actually died as well. So that was actually a big issue. But, I mean, like you said, Gem is being aggressive, just pushing back Nick Eagle there as well over on that safe lane. Going to take some jungle. Why not? He's got the tankiness to do it. He can stay alive. We've seen that proved. But those buffs, those river buffs are so important no matter what time of the game as well. Like we're thinking about things like stealth here. Gem does get out there. Obel not able to get onto him soon enough. I don't think anyone was really near him to pick up the kill potentially. And the Clearcast was there to support, so potential. But
while it's quiet, I'd just like to mention that if you look at the synergies, if you look through their builds, you know, is anything a running trend through any of the order heroes?
Just
3
maybe.
out of the pures.
Just a little tiny bit. I mean, that's a pretty big thing. We've got nothing like that really coming out from the bro down. So they're thinking about sustainability in a fight, especially, you know, they want that shielding, they want that damage, and they can really take those team fights at the moment. And that's what's happening from Obel Pixar. Right punch as well. Forward swap punch is going to put him up that lane. Rest of the team is there as well. I just want to clear this lane back. Fearless, Ingola, and Detroit just retreating back into the jungle and into the mid lane as well.
So they need to be. They've got a 5-man here, but they need to be careful because Greystone's going to start pushing that mid lane in. Yeah,
I mean, are they? Is this? I don't know if this is an end-game maneuver because Nick is going to back as well. No, fake back.
He might be biting off more than he can chew if he goes in on that.
Now, it is just Fearless on this lane. No one else is coming for the attention here. They need to get on this, otherwise it will go down. Here comes Detroit as well, and Ingola. Nick is caught underneath. A knife stun there as well. Comes back with the ult, and that's a double kill as Ingola and also Fearless go down. Great ult coming out from the gadget of Mort there as well. Fantastic stuff. They are quite low here. Nick Eagle needs to be careful, but you know what else you said as well, which is very important. Greystone did push that mid, but Obel Pixar did come back in defense there. And it is going to be no! Oh no! He gets killed underneath the tower. Is the minion going to be able to save it? Is he going to be able to take it down? No, and he doesn't in the end. They need to come back for the defense here, otherwise this will be inhib and probably game done. And they're going to go for the blink, and Murdoch gets a cheeky kill, and Mr. Wacko the plays to eat some of that damage underneath the tower. And Detroit just uses his ult, and Steel says, no way, Jose, me old mate. That wall is going right up. Clearcast needs to be careful because you don't want to engage on the Detroit.
Emrak blink there. Emrak blink there. That was
quality.
Sick.
Absolute quality.
And anyone who thinks that, you know, that deck is still not relevant and not great on this map, I think Clearcast just allayed any fears there.
Oh no, definitely. Especially in the small areas when you get people fenced in. We saw that on mid when we saw the pick up onto Ingola and Fearless as well. How important and vital that is. There's almost no corner you can fall into to be safe from them.
I mean, you know, when you're playing in solo queue, those decker cages, you know, they might be good, zone someone off or maybe save a tower. When you're playing in an organised team of this level, so lethal. I mean, we saw that two pickups with with the Deck ult and the Gadget ult there. So good at securing.
So how far are we ahead in terms of card power? Oh, we're starting to get beast ahead. The Murdoch is on 39 here. Detroit is on 32. He is 7 points behind. It's quite a big difference at the moment.
I mean,
Can't be brought back, though.
Ingola, I mean, as well as being under-farmed, he's also under-farmed his stacks. He's not even got his baby shoulder pads on yet. Well, he might just haven't. So, you know, a lot of the time, the damage is coming from his stacks. So if he's not being able to farm them yet, it's going to really like late game. But I'm not sure how this game's going to go.
Well, it could go very badly as he gets Steel ult as oh, that is a Gadget ult as well, and he is dead. Done and dusted. Ingola dies once again. I think it's a lot of this paranoia as well of the fact that they're always invading. They've always got people on the watch, so they're missing out on their farm. And Synergy are pushing hard on this left lane. So look at the map. Look at Crunch does not care. He's moving right on in there. And Greystone gets laid out. He gets CC'd. Are we going to see the slow bubble coming out as well? We do see that coming out, of course, from Clearcast. Need to make sure they get bodies on this tower to defend. Otherwise, they will potentially lose it. I had to send Nick Eagle. They do lose it. Nick Eagle had to go back to look after the tower, of course, as well. Gems is going to use his ult, of course, when he reaches 0% HP.
Be careful here.
It almost looked like he wasn't going to move. Look at... Oh, my God. iFearless got stunned out by Clearcast. Was on 0 HP. It was just waiting for someone to pick up the kill. And Gem might be able to pick up the kill on Clearcast. If they do rally here, this would be such an important kill. And that's 3 team members of Synergy. And that's where the team fighting potential is very risky. And they have lost 3 members for about a minute there. And that is so important. That gives them the opportunity to go for Orb. They don't want to risk anything here and gives them the power spike that they need to push through this map. They need it so hard. But I think Gem has used his ult as well, so he needs to be careful that it doesn't actually die.
Is Nick going to do what I think he's going to do?
Oh my good lord. Oh no, he doesn't care. He just comes in and gets the kill 1v4 and does get the kill on Wacko. He could probably kill Gems as well. No, that's the Prime. The Prime Orb, old Guardian does claim a kill, and that's going to be Ingola. What is this man made of? Nick the Eagle just dispenses of pretty much 3 to 4 members of this team. So what is happening? What is happening in this first game?
Nick Eagle is playing the correct
series
character because the man has balls of steel. Jesus Christ. Wow. Just wow.
Oh, let's just end it. Let's just end it right there. That is... I haven't casted much Paragon, and I've watched a lot. That is the sickest play I've ever seen. That is the sickest. Was so low.
I hope we've got RGS Ace in here watching for the top 5 plays because this wins 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sorry. Done. Done for this week.
Of the next 10 years, my friend. And that is gonna... They can take Orb now. And it was a good move for them to go for. It was going to be their Orb, but what the hell happened there? Well, we know what happened. We saw it. Gadget puts down the Orb. This is got to be all she wrote for this game, surely. Is the Prime Guardian going to be able to take revenge and take out Nick Eagle? No, he walks away with 3 or 4. I'm pretty sure it's 4 kills and the Prime Guardian there as well, getting the Orb. That was... I can't even talk. That was stupid.
Still stunned by that. It felt like I got hit by his ult.
I feel like Decker just walked into me and just threw it. Sorry. It's not euphemism.
Yeah. Nicky got well earned back to spend his points while the rest of the team trying to set the lane.
He's walked out with the money. He's going home and he's going to get himself some cake. He deserves it.
I would have thought Synergy would have been more... I know they're trying to set the lanes right now, but I thought they may have been more aggressive with this push. Now they've got the OP.
Clearcast grabbing the stuff there, if anything, is just to make sure that she can have a look at the map and to also take it away from this Bro Down team. Wow. Calm down. It's all good. It's okay, everyone. Let's give some to the Bro Down. They can come back into this, maybe. I mean, I don't like the chances, especially if it's just Steel on the opposite team. It's just Steel versus a Pro Down.
We already saw on this right lane that when they do get that team mechanics off, they can, they've got a 3-man wipe over there, so they can, when they need to do it, but they don't seem to be doing it enough right now. That's the thing.
I do like that comment in the chat. All before bros. that is a fantastic quote. We like that. So Nick Eagle is going to be the front line of this team as they potentially take this inhib, and I fear the worst for the bro down at the moment. They've got orb. This inhib will go down with ease if they just focus it, but I don't think they will. They might go for the kills as well. Jem does get himself in that front line, which is his position. Still gets the ult, and we're going to see Gideon coming in. Mr. Wacko isn't going to get a kill. In fact, he might just die himself. It's going to be Angola first. Then it's going to be Jem, who does ult, slow onto Steel. They need to kill him potentially as well, because iFairless is very, very... Oh, no, the stun, that was easy. Easy kill for Synergy there. And iFairless was gutsy. He needed to potentially just grab himself some more HP versus this heavy damage that's coming out from this Murdoch right now with that range. He's getting some nice kills here. 3 defenders left for the bro down as they await the potential downing of this inhibitor. Clearcast looking low himself, and that's going to be a meteor right to the face. They need to potentially back off. I don't like this if they push. Oh no, they can potentially with their minion wave. Gem.
All they're on at the POs are starting to come back up now, so they're going to have these shields back available for them. That's 3 as well.
Yeah, 3 shields. So actually, think of Clearcast health as being a lot higher. Still goes in for the ult once again. Doesn't care about the in, and absolutely annihilates Detoy there. He's going to go down. iFairless back up in a second as well. He needs to get back onto this inhibitor as soon as possible. As I say the words, the inhib dies and the team backs off. But look at this! Look at this on the other side of the map. They've got minions pushed onto the mid and that right-hand lane as well, the safe lane for, of course, Team Synergy. And that's going to be a tower. They need to get back and defend these inhibs because they could
just going to come back and
look how many minions.
But that mid inhibitor could go down.
Exactly. Why are they not going back down to take this out? They're starting to reach it now. The minions are on this inhib. It's down to about half health almost. That's the problem with Synergy. You know, that's where they've played the game against them. Brodown could get an inhib as well themselves when they've got respawns coming out. They did lose their steal just now. Nick is down for another minute. As other players are coming back off spawn as well. So this would be a chance to push.
Brodown picking up the Raptors. They're trying to catch back up on this CXP as best they can. They know that they're doing it. They've got the lanes pushed as, you know.
This is the time to do it, if anything. I mean, I know they're lower than them, but they've got one man down, and the man that took them out is out. So they've got nothing to worry about from the steal. No walls coming out. No mega ults of doom, which is what I'm going to say for that one. Ingala trying to pick them off, keep them into that tower, of course. They seem indecisive. They're just moving back with their minions. Are they going to push this tower? I don't feel like they're going to do it. It feels like if they do, they could lose this game.
I think they were waiting for Detroit to get up just to get that damage in there, basically.
They need to. They need him in there. It's very, very important. They've got the 5 members here. Steel is back and fresh very soon. They needed to have taken some kind of advantage, but they can't. They're all members. Well, the rest of the members are mid, just taking out those lines. Oh, no way. You've got to be careful. That fence was awesome. And that splits them all up. It goes through. Oh, goes through that teleport from Wacko. That was so important there. And they should be absolutely fine other than Angola, who does get taken out in the end. And they are pushing hard down that mid line at the moment with Oval right in the front there. They don't care. They want that kill onto Gem. He does get out with...
Oval just wants to punch things. Just wants to punch things to death.
This is what punch wants to do, man. I mean, he likes to punch. I mean, he's just punching people in the face. And other areas as well. Things like Angola has been kissed in and punched in the groin so many times in this game.
I mean, 1-9 at the minute is on a rough time of it currently. Really, I mean, he is front lining, so you expect him to pick up those deaths, but he's just so far behind. I think he feels so fragile as a front liner.
Mm-hmm. This is the thing. I mean, you know, on iFairless himself, I mean, he's going for tank now, just so he can survive. I think all the damage coming into him at the moment, but it's looking a bit dire for this bro down team at the moment. It's going to be whoever wins this next potential team fight is going to win. Even could win this game because the amount of time in the respawn that comes out. Brodown have to get their farm back in on their side of the map as well and get onto an even level with this Synergy team to even have the potential to take a team next course. But the next course could be dessert, or maybe the coffee afterwards if they're not careful.
Oh, double red up. If you see Synergy going to pick up. Oh no, in goal.
There we go.
Oh, he's going to get that red.
That's important. That was important.
Maybe they couldn't afford to let him have the CXP advantage and the red buff advantage.
No, indeed. Looks like we got a bit of a gathering mid as well.
Yeah, this is the sort of time where if one team gets a pick, they can really snowball it.
Mm-hmm. They've got to be so careful. Mr. Wacko moving into mid there. 3 members over on this river buff side of things. Looks like they're gathering around Orb, thinking about it as it does come up quite soon. But it looks like they're going to go for iFairless and for Gems, who are pushing this lane. It looks like Steel's in the front there. Gadget, they're going to just pin Gems off. He is trying to juke them out here. He needs to get out. No.
The damage.
Oh no, look at him! Nick Eagle is just being ballsy as hell. He is moving into the tower. He needs to be careful. That was almost too ballsy from himself there, and gets this movement speed as well as the dodge away from using that shield. He just doesn't care. He just literally ulted onto 3 members of that team.
Planned aggression.
It's just... I mean, I know there's defeating momentum of the other team in terms of chase, but that was just next level. Once again,
to be careful. They could walk into a 4-man death squad.
You need that in a team, though, don't you, Nate? That person who's going to be able to push you through and does the gutsy maneuvers that maybe no one in the other team will do, because you can follow up with something where it's like, okay, the chances of death are high, but the risk reward factor is just so good for us right now that I want to take this, I want to do this, and they can do that at the moment with the farm they've got versus this Brodown team.
They can afford to take that aggressive stance that they've taken all game, because half the time, picking up an OP Prime so quickly, we missed this.
It was just literally happening as you were talking. It was so quick, the Prime damage was just absolutely ridiculous. And now this is where they're going to be able to push back. Now, something else to note as well is that actually, slowly but surely, Brodown have started to come back a little bit in terms of card XP. Not much, but just if we have a look at the stats, they're starting to try and edge back. And the longer the game goes, if they can defend versus this Orb, the chances of comeback are increasing. I mean, this is the thing with the game at the moment. It's very difficult to come back from the inhib that goes down, but we'll have to wait and see.
I feel one inhib is manageable, definitely, throughout the game. Yeah. 2, you really put the pressure, and a pick when you've got 2 inhibs down is pretty much game over.
I feel like this could be game over right here as we see a grouping side on this safe lane for Team Synergy. Nick Eagle, front line, clear cast, ready to offer some Oval Pixar coming up as well. Emrak and more in the back line, ready to shred, basically, with that damage. They already ward people off, sticking out the mine, and the right click coming out from Mort. They're just going to aim fully onto this inhib, and it is melting like anything. Are they going to go for the kills as well? Gem tries to get into their backline. Nice pushback from the Severog, but it's too much. Get more with the ult, and that just blows up the Grux of iFairless and Ingola on the Severog, and we are going to see that Gems is just crushed into that fence, and there's nothing that Mr. Wacko and Detroit can possibly do here to assist in that defense. It's going to be a right destruction for this team if they're not careful. Detroit is going to blink away. He gets out of there just about, but it feels like Steel could die actually if they actually take him on, but that's very risky. The ult misses almost every time. Does get a few nice hits on him, but 2 deaths for each team. A good job from them. 26 HP the Steel escaped with. And Clearcast is going full ham and does not care about anyone or their feelings. 2 inhibs are down. And that's probably game for Synergy. They did lose 2 members though.
I mean, yeah, but at this point, they've got 2 inhibitors down now. The lanes are pushed up as well, so it's going to be, the Brodown is going to be on cleanup duty, allowing Synergy to regroup and just, pick which lane you want to push now.
Oh God! I've still got more. This is the thing. I mean, if you're thinking, what the game's quiet for just a second. Just a second. The orb isn't up. We can't miss him. They've still got a chance. They've got another game. Potentially, top two teams out of the three will go through to the bracket on Saturday, and they will have time to readjust. But winning a game this early on, winning your first one is vitally important for your momentum throughout this group stage. Winning a second game will put you as a winner in the bracket, and you will go up against the runner-up of the Group B, of course. Two groups with six teams spread across the two, a 3-team each group, obviously. And top two of each will go to Saturday with two losing out, unfortunately. Could this be a sign of the Bro Down going out? We'll have to wait and see till later.
It's difficult. I mean, even if they lose, because the tiebreakers are done on times, they're going to try and draw this out as long as they can, maintain lanes, and just make it very difficult for Synergy to pick that hole to get through on that core. But I think Synergy are probably going to look for a pick and just going to push through again, like as we've seen before. I mean, they're still in front. I mean, MRAC's full build now. Mortarian's coming in on it.
Is this quite a long Synergy game though? For Synergy, I mean, no legacy. There's legacy, but the opportunity to death ball on it is very, very high, especially for them and their normal aggression. I think they've played this. It feels like they've held back a bit, and I actually like this from Synergy. It feels like a different kind of play. Okay, they have gone for the aggressive team fights and everything else, but not more so than other teams specifically.
No, I think they've worked on what they're good on and refined it, and what they're bad on, or what not they're bad on, but what one of their weaknesses,
or what they're
worked on it and made up.
Sorry about that. No, Mr. Wacko, caught in no man's land there, and he didn't even have a chance in the legacy.
The burst that can come out from this team is simply insane.
Even right just now. Steel punching him in the face is just ridiculous damage. So Gem is doing I really like Gem being on that front line, just pushing them away, just being that block. But he's being punished for it every time. They've not got an escape at the moment, it feels like, as well, when they get into these situations. The support from Clearcast is just immense. And they need this from... they really need a hard support on this Bro Down team. So they don't really doesn't feel like they have at the moment.
Clearcast just a few BM hops there.
They know what's coming. They've got 3 men left. Feels like they're going to get the kill on 2 members if they're not careful. That was really good from Ingola there to knock them away from the end here. I don't have the orb, but it doesn't matter. Actually, Oval Pixar could go down here if it's not careful. Just does move out of that fight, obviously. Shield's coming out. Our Fearless goes down. Low HP. Ingola does get the route onto Nick Eagle. They're so low. Ingola needs to just run in. He doesn't.
He's just looking to end here. Oh my! Look at the HP from the Honor the Pures.
It's almost as if they have another. If they pop those when they're so low HP, it's like they've been reset in terms of their HP level.
Yeah, I mean, at max level, it's giving like 500 shields, and there's now. I mean, at the end of the game, there was 4 of them. So that's an extra 2,000 hit points. Just let that sink in.
That was an extremely brutal game. But at the same time, I do feel as if the Bro Down held their own for quite an amount of time there, which was, I mean, how long? 45-minute game. I mean, Synergy, I think, they did switch it up there. I feel like watching them in the past, and maybe even the past weekend, that they're just trying to hold back and not be more passive, maybe more passive, but more thinking about their lane game a little bit more. But they're still almost. And if I was another team to go up against them today or Saturday, I'd be watching out for those lanes and the potential for them to take advantage of the lane play with their minions. Sorry, which like at the moment, especially. Lane minion groups growing throughout the actual time on the map is so important when you get that push down the lane. We saw that the inhib on the side of Synergy got taken down to half HP. I mean, it's pretty intense. I mean, having a look at the builds. I mean, look at that. I mean, Bro Down may have been sponsored by Bump Juice at the end, but at the beginning, but the end of the game, Honor of the Pure, sorry.
Such a strong card. I mean, there's
all the bullshit.
It did look like not a weird setup, but then when I noticed that they had four order heroes, and then picking up that, like I say, 2,000 shields between four of them is that's a lot of shields. And Mortarion with that stasis gem, that last one was a little bit questionable, but the first one definitely kept him alive. I think when he ended up in an ult from Gideon, definitely kept him alive. So good work from Mortarion there.
Because of those abilities being a lot quicker to activate, to in terms of the amount of damage that's occurring as well in that shorter amount of time, having something like that for the gadget, especially being quite squishy, is so brutal and awesome. And especially like Emrak as well, obviously he's not the one with honor of Pures, of course, as well. Anyone he's with, he's got a shield. So if he's in a duo, he's always going to have a shield given to him. It's just immense thought there from Synergy. I love it. But I really feel like we had like a lack of support coming out from this Brodown team. We do have an interview with Mortarion, actually, I do believe, coming up quite soon. So we will look forward to seeing from him when he gets dragged to our channel. But a fantastic game. I enjoyed that. I mean, that steel orb. Oh.
Yeah, Nick Eagle gets the points for it, I'm afraid.
Beautiful, man. That guy. He plays a bored character, I feel like. Hey, Mortarion. How are you doing, dude?
Hello, everyone.
Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Well done, man. How was that game for you?
We're trying to play more serious and more smarter than we usually not do.
We said that.
It definitely came through. It definitely
came through. Like, we weren't saying you were being. I think passive was the wrong. I was trying to think of a better word than passive.
Yeah, it was not our way. We always play aggressive, but we decided to, because of best of one series, we're playing a bit passive.
A little more cautious, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line, right? I mean, like you say, best of one, you've got 2 chances to go through to the bracket on Saturday to go on to win the tournament, if you should so do so. But yeah, I mean, clear cut. What happened in the chat when Nick Eagle pulled off that prime guard? I want to know what was going on, because he's 1v3 or 4 there. And that's
okay.
Did he just call it like I'm going in full ham?
No. We just say that they will do the orb after we all were dead, and we all just said one thing: just go in and kill them fucking all. That's all.
I don't know if anyone told you that you probably shouldn't swear, but I don't care, because that deserves it, because it was just. I think me and Nate were close to, like, those moments when you're just watching esports or something and you're waiting for that epic moment to occur. I mean, even now remembering it, it's just like seeing this steel ult and you're like, what? Why? I mean, how? And then you just start to see Brodown members just go down and you're like, Jesus, what is happening? Those moments make it good. So thank you for that. You can definitely tell them thank you from me and also the other viewers, and the decision from the team to go in on that. It was just immense. So, how are you feeling about the rest of today? How your match is going to go?
I think we will save our feelings about this game. We will take the next game serious. Maybe we will not do some crazy stuff or whatever. We just want to win. We just want to meet someone in the finals, to be honest.
yeah. I mean, who do you want to meet in the finals? That's the thing. Who's your ideal?
Yes, I want to see the Team Oxygen.
Ah, really? Thought, who could have guessed that, everyone? I'm excited to see a more certified potential final, and maybe even a Carbon. But we're going to see you versus Carbon after the next game. So that's quite a big game for you guys. I mean, it's pretty massive. I mean, top three
I'm
teams.
excited too. I just want to play it as fast as I can.
Okay, awesome. Well, I think we're done with our little interview segment with you, sir. Is there anything else you want to say?
Thank you, guys. Thank you for community. Thank you all. That's all. And the Russians are coming. Holy shit.
The Russians are coming. Especially when you mentioned it in that video. That's going to be something we will remember forever. Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
You can get off and prepare for your next game. Cheers, dude.
Okay, see ya.
Fantastic. What a guy. What a guy. So we have your next game. It's going to be Nexus